Looks like, according to this report, Harry was able to visit the grave of the Queen, but with some conditions. And looks like he broke those conditions. He did not really care much about this. And this is what we want to discuss in this video. By the way, guys, welcome back to this channel for this live session. New here, not subscribed, consider subscribing because you do not want to miss out. Let's take a look at this report because it is getting very interesting. Harry is going to be defying every rules, every norm set by the monarchy, and he doesn't really care. So this is what is coming in the news. Harry allowed to visit the Queen's grave after submitting devices, but he hired a friend for a photo op outside of the chapel. What happened actually, I'm going to be explaining to you more before I read the rest of the report here. Basically, he wanted to see the grave of his late mother, and we know that grandmother. He was in UK, he was giving a speech, he was attending this child charity event, and he said, oh, this is what the Queen would have approved of me coming to you guys, talking to you guys, you know, blah blah blah, all those hypocritical nonsense that he uttered during that speech. But we're not going to be talking about that. So obviously then the report, there is actually another report that suggested that Prince Harry, he wanted actually some sympathy, and some expert, they were shocked to see the way he presented himself as the victim, as somebody who is in need of some sympathy because he's not getting any. And you know why he would do that. The reason is because he wanted the whole world to know, or to show to the whole world, that his family members, they don't really care about him nor his wife. And so he tried to pull this drama in front of the camera in the name of this charity and all those things that he is doing, and at the same time saying that the grandmother will be very happy. So they eventually said, okay, if you really are so desperate, you want to visit the grave of your grandmother, okay, you're allowed, but you have some conditions. You have to follow some rules. You cannot just go there, because we know there is going to be a book coming in November from, I believe it will be from Meghan Markle, where she definitely would want to include some bombshells. Otherwise, they know the book will not cut it for them. They're not going to make any money unless they reveal or expose the monarchy in their own mind the way they want. So they need some information for the book, and they also need some recording, something from the monarchy that they can use for their future interviews with Oprah or King, Gayle King or whatever, whoever it is. Because we know right now their business is a big flop. And the reason for that is because they stopped trashing the monarchy like they did in the past. So now they have to pick it up, from where they, left it off. And they will start bashing the monarchy, trust me, one more time very soon, because nothing is panning out for Meghan and Harry. We know Harry's Invictus Game, it couldn't make the top 10, so Netflix is looking, or actually reviewing everything to see if they would keep Harry and Meghan with their company any longer or not. So let's read a little bit more, then I'll explain more. Harry was photographed alone as he left King George's Chapel, Memorial Chapel in Windsor, the resting place of his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. The visit to the chapel marked the first anniversary of the late monarch's death. Okay, as Prince Harry paid tribute to the late Queen, now this is where things get very interesting. While his wife Meghan Markle remained in California, in sharp contrast with the Prince and Princess of Wales, okay, where United States in their grief. Were united in their grief as they arrived at St. David's Cathedral in Wales for a small private service that included a commemoration of the late Queen's life. King Charles and Queen Camilla also jointly arrived at Crafty Parish Church near Balmoral for a church service. Body language expert described Harry's almost his body movement was very furtive during his visit, as if he was trying to avoid detention, according to source close to Buckingham Palace. The palace gave Harry permission. Now, you're listening. The palace gave Harry permission at the last minute to visit the Queen's grave with a condition: no camera, no recording device When the Duke of Sussex asked permission to visit his grandmother's grave, he knew it was a long shot. His relationship with senior members of the royal family had gone from bad to worse over recent months, but as soon as he realized that he had been in UK for the first anniversary of Queen Elizabeth's death anniversary, there was only one place that he wanted to be. Buckingham Palace kept him waiting, and he did not hold out much hope, but eventually at the last minute he was told, now this is what the Buckingham Palace told Harry, if you want to visit the grave, if you want to do this, do that for your grandmother, then you have to make it very, very private. You cannot go there with your buddies, you cannot take any camera, you cannot take any picture, you cannot let anybody know about anything. You're going there, you just come out. Told he could make the private pilgrimage to the late Queen's resting place deep in the confines of St. George's Chapel, Windsor. The visit, however, had to be private. Aides insisted he almost pulled it off, but a Savian looker who happened to be in the grounds of Windsor Castle at around midday on Friday spotted the prince and swiftly pulled out their phone. The image was posted on social media, and within minutes the private visit was public knowledge. So again, he failed to abide by the rules, or maybe he did not even want to follow any rule, because we know him. He doesn't care. If he gets some pictures, if he gets some videos taken, if he can have some video clips from his family members, what they were doing or how they treated him, in any way, shape or form, any clue, any single few seconds of video would help him a lot in the future, because then he can use them in interviews. The chapel, but another source confirmed that it's no coincidence the photo was taken by a friend of Harry's. Rebecca English said other members came throughout the day, but there are no photos of them. The Daily Mail journals giving everyone obvious clues. They wrote that the picture was taken by a tourist in quotes, the quote tourist spotted him makes it obvious, and Daily Mail wanted you to know that Harry arranged this. Harry failed that test to keep things private. Now that he has proven he does not honor his agreement, the British royal family needs to ban him forever. Moreover, he looks like he is gone to sleep in the same clothes as last night and been woken up drunk, slobby, messy by his handler. We know that he does not have a place to stay in Windsor, and London is around an hour away, so likely planned in advance to prick. Still, it could be worse. He could have laid a bunch of flowers at Buckingham Palace or something similar. A former royal's aide is claimed that Prince Harry is no longer royal. In the eyes of the royal family, Burrow was a former servant of the late Queen. Basically, this is going to be a very messy situation for everyone. Every time Harry will visit the monarchy, the family, or the Queen's grave, is going to be messy, because he's not going to be playing by the rules. He is going to, thank God that he did not bring Meghan Markle, but that doesn't mean he would not be recording for her. She sent him over to UK to test the water, how things are. It is not true, and I do not agree with this news where it said Meghan doesn't want to set foot in UK, that the monarchy hates her and she hates them. I don't believe that story. The reason Meghan is not setting foot in UK at the moment is because she knows that it could backfire for now. So she wants to have Harry going over to UK, see how public will react, gain some sympathy. And this is why he appeared, if you remember his speech that he gave in UK for the Well Child, he was asking for sympathy. He was pulling at the heartstrings of people, obviously using his grandmother's legacy, her memory and all that. But how long it will continue? Not too long. And he knows it. So they are running out of time. They're running out of options. And once this is all over with the Invictus game, once he is back to California, they are going to have some serious talks between Meghan and Harry as to whether this relationship should move on or not, because right now the way things are, they are already talking about selling Montecito Mansion, buying a house or property in Malibu. Things are not looking good, and that property in Malibu is only $8 million as opposed to $14 million Montecito Palace. Why would they want to move? Well, that is because not only they have relationship issues, but also they cannot keep up with the expenses. The rent, the maintenance is too much for them. I have so many comments here. Melanie Williamson, thank you guys. Maureen, Fallon, Beth, thank you. Fallon, Melanie, Angel, Fallon, thank you again for your comments. Leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will see you the next video. Have a wonderful day.